Let me start this off real quick. Throw the seatbelt on. I'm gonna try to do this while I'm driving. Hopefully this camera holder holds up. Cause I asked my daughter to get my phone and she snapped it, so I don't know if it's gonna grip like it's supposed to, but we're gonna try and see what happens. All right. It's been a lot of conversation about men in leadership roles and all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? And I wanted to kind of caveat on a few things. I think that when we get leaders, we do a great job at excavating those leaders. We do a great job at finding mystical ways of not paying attention to the message. I've seen it done with Tamika Mallory, my son. I've seen it done with a whole lot of leaders throughout history. You know, whether it was Martin Luther King, whether it was Malcolm X, hey, Jesse Jackson. Like the list goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's like we so focus on the man, the intentions, the this and that. But for some reason we do a great job at finding strategic ways to ignore the message. Like we need to find something about the message so we can ignore it, and we get comfortable with doing that. We talk about leadership. We talk about black on black crime and systematic racism and fathers not being in homes and not, you know, men not, you know, black men not owning property, and, you know, just a lot of conversation. You know, it's all over the place, right? We always try to say that, you know, we as black people are behind enemy lines. Okay, let's deal with it. So we're behind enemy lines. And you got somebody that says, you know what, I got a game plan. I got a strategy, right? Why is it that we do more to dismantle the strategy than use the strategy? If you say there's a problem, if we say there's a problem with black on black crime in the streets, and somebody stands up and say, hey man, we need to stop this. You know, we need to stop this, and we need to get focused on what it is that we need to do as men. Should that be any different? Should that be any difference on YouTube? Like if we say this is how we are in real life, this is who we are in real life. We're real men in real life, and this is what we do. And we're out there in the field. We're affecting our community. Now, a lot of us can't affect the world, but we can affect our community. We can affect our little piece of the pie, right? Should have got a smaller. I guess I'm trying to figure out if we all know what the problem is and what the problems are, and we all feel like, you know, the solution should be someone stepping forward, somebody brave enough to say, okay, hey, tell you what, you know what I'm saying? Here's a game plan. Here's a way forward. Here's a step ahead. I see that, you know what I'm saying? This is how you lose a lot of leaders. This is how you lose a lot of leaders, because some people are like, man, listen, I ain't even worth it, bro. It ain't even worth it. Did you see what they did to the last person? The last person that tried to go against the drug dealers and say, hey, we don't want that in our neighborhood. The last person that said, hey, we don't want all of this violence and this crime in our neighborhood. Did you see what they did to the last person? And you wonder why you don't have a lot of activists. You wonder why you don't have a lot of people speaking out, because nobody wants to be a martyr. You know, no one wants to put themselves, you know, through the ringer, the trial and tribulation, the turmoil, for people that don't feel like, you know what I'm saying, well, shit, I'm going to take time and listen to the message. So when you have those people who stand up, and I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of times it's interesting when people want to advocate. A lot of times people want to advocate when everybody's looking. Nobody wants to advocate when nobody's looking, right? I really have an affinity for seeing us as people do better, and I sit back and I listen to people wholeheartedly, and I listen to how they use their narrative and their rhetoric to try to promote that betterment. You know, some people try to shame you into correction. Some people try to, you know, articulate you to death into direction. Some people try to, you know, smile you in a direction. Like, everybody has their way, their tactic per se to get the black race where the black race needs to be. And it's who you like, that's who you listen to. Well, I don't like that because, you know, you kind of making me responsible now. You kind of, you know what I'm saying, putting me on in the hot seat right now. You know what I'm saying? I like that because they kind of finesse me a little bit more. They don't make me feel guilty about my choices. Everybody has a way of, I'm going to rock with this person because they make me feel good about the choices that I make, even right or wrong, bad or good or indifferent or whatever it case to be. But you know what's so funny? When people stand up and they speak out, you know the first thing I start hearing? I start hearing, who are you? We had a lot of soldiers come in the military, and they were like, you know what I'm saying, when you say, hey, you know, being a leader is X, Y, and Z, you know what I'm saying, or whatever the case to be. And I had one soldier, right, that was like, why would they listen to me? They won't listen to me. Well, you in charge. It's your turn. You're in charge. It's your turn. But you know, this person got this experience, and this person been over here, and this person that, and this person. I'm like, it doesn't matter. You're in charge. It's your turn. People scared to be leaders. People scared to stand in front of people and say, hey, these are solutions. It might make you feel uncomfortable, but these are solutions. And I noticed that there's a lot of people that probably would rather not try. No, I appreciate that for letting me over. Thank you very much. They would rather not try because they don't want the hassle of someone saying, who are you? I don't believe you need to have a long resume in order to have a solution. I don't believe that you need to be short, tall, dark, handsome, credit score, this, have a big house. You can have a solution just being the average Joe. But I think for some reason we find it's so necessary to say, well, let me question who you are, and that would help me dismantle your message. And some messages, they come intact. Some messages come intact. Some messages are exactly what they need to be to get what needs to get done. And everybody has a different way of delivering their message. Can you imagine Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and all of these other civil rights leaders who had these messages? But they never spoke about it. They never spoke out about it because they were scared that somebody was going to judge them. They were scared that somebody wasn't going to listen to them. They were afraid to tell people we could do better. Imagine people screaming, who are you? Well, see, the thing about it is, I think it's pretty clear that there are a lot of people who worry about self. And when you worry about self, you never get the collective done. Never get the collective done. Why wouldn't I be invested in seeing black men be positive? And see, here's the oxymoron. Here's the contradiction. We want people to go into the hood, and we want people to stand there and say, stop the violence, stop killing one another. Put the guns down and have the conversation. But we don't want them to do that on YouTube. We want to talk about fatherhood in reality. We want to talk about men being men in reality. But we don't want to talk about that on YouTube. Zero accountability based on who we like and who we want to support. What's more important, the messenger or the message? I can just imagine those leaders who've stood in front of audiences, and the audience already ordained the message bad. Already ordained the message to be null and void. Already ordained the message to be like, I don't know if I want to listen to this coming from you. I'm just curious, what if those people would have quit? They would have never went out on stage. They would have never logged into social media. What if those people say, it's not worth the trial and tribulation. It's not worth the time. Suppose they would have said, fuck it. I see good people with great messages get ignored. I see good people with great messages get ignored because it's not who we like. If I have a man come up to me and tell me, I understand that slavery happened, but don't let that mess up your frame of mind for right now. And I ignore him because I don't like the clothes that he's wearing. I don't like the car that he's driving. I don't like, it's just something about him that it's just not my cup of tea. And here's my thought process. Some of y'all have been ignoring a lot of shit. A lot of messages that would have changed your life, changed your relationship, changed your status, just leveled you up. You've been ignoring because it made you feel uncomfortable. Because that's what it's about. You feeling comfortable. You feeling safe to dodge, duck, dip out of the situation, bob and weave out of the responsibility. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who comes around, it's like, well, who are you? I had somebody tell me, you think you something because you volunteer in the community? No. just trying to help. But I want you to I want you to feel what it is that I'm saying. You try to use the fact that I'm helping people out in my community, trying to make a difference in my community against me. You think you somebody. So you're going to shame me because I want to help. You're going to shame me because I want to speak out. You're going to shame me because I want to see men and be better. You're going to shame me into a non-existence because you feel small. Well, somebody answer this for me. What's the difference between somebody being a leader in real life versus on YouTube? Because it's all about being who you are, right? There's a lot of people, talking about I'm gonna rock your snot box, I'm gonna turn your TV off. Well, are you like that in real life? Is that what you're doing in real life? Because then I can understand the energy. Then I can understand what you bring to the table. Okay, cool. That's who you are in real life. But see, here's the thought process. If you say you're a leader online, shouldn't that also be what you are in real life? Well, my thought process is, if this is what you are in real life, shouldn't that also be what you are online? People are afraid to say things because they don't want to be on the out. They don't want to stand alone. So anything they can do to be a part, they will be a part. No matter how many times they got to turn their eye, ignore, act like they didn't hear it, act like they didn't see it. The fact of the matter is a contradiction is a contradiction, right? Negative behavior is negative behavior, right? Overly emotional and overly, like all of these things, if you see it, then why as a man would you not speak on it? It's like, well, just don't worry about that. But I thought we was leaders. I thought we was providers. I thought we was protectors. I thought we was examples, role models. It's interesting to me when people say ignore that type of behavior. Don't worry about that. Don't speak on that, because that he's who I like. She's who I like. So we're not going to discuss in detail about that. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to worry about the shirt you wearing. I'm gonna worry about your bald head. I'm gonna worry about your beard. I'm gonna worry about the things in the comments. I'm gonna worry about everything else except accountability, except having the tough conversation. Not worrying about that. We're not doing that. But then when you see people in real life always talking about Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. So why when it comes to social media, it don't matter? Why it only matter when a white person kill a black man? Oh, on the Black Lives Matter. But when black men go at it, that don't matter. Mind your business. Don't say nothing. Shut up. Turn a blind eye. Let it happen. Who are you? Who are you to speak up? Who you think you are? Stay in your lane. If you promote positivity, you go promote positivity. You leave our friend alone. Okay. We are stuck in some crazy times where speaking up and speaking out is a faux pas. You know what I'm saying? And it all comes with levels of credentials. Levels of credentials. I can't learn nothing from a bum on the street. So here's the thought process. Bum on the street. Bum on the street. You pull up to the corner, you got a sign that says, hey, we'll work for food, or if you can help me out with a spare change or whatever case be, and you decide to stop one day. You say, you know what, for some reason the light is taking a long time, and you right there, he's right there, or she's right there, and you're having a conversation, and the bum on the street, you get into this conversation, this back and forth, and you find out this bum on the street, right, used to work in a Fortune 500 company. Used to have millions of dollars. But his son, one of his children died, and he lost his will to live, so he lost his fortune. So can that bum tell you how to be a CEO? Can that bum tell you how to get money on the stock market? Probably so. Maybe so. If you had it before you've been there, but you're saying, well, it's the messenger for me. It's the messenger for me. I don't like how you coming across. I don't like what you saying. We too uppity. We too bougie. I don't like you. And we get real comfortable at ignoring everything we can. We get real comfortable with ignoring every messenger that comes along, and we don't know if this guy or this female has the solutions. I see so many people deflecting and so many people saying, this and that and this and this. Sometimes it ain't about malice. It ain't about discontentment. It ain't about hatred. Sometimes it's what the fuck it is. Sometimes it's what it is. It's not nothing you want to add to it, or let me try to unpack it and unfold it and bend it and break it. It's that. It's just that. And I feel like so many people are so good. It's like, of course there's strength in numbers, right? But let me tell you how I was built, right? This damn aloe vera water pineapple aloe vera is pretty good. It's thick as shit. Let me tell you how I was built. I've been in a lot of places where it's just been me. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't have the luxury of tapping the person next to me saying, jump in front of me and fight my battle. Jump in front of me and speak for me. I didn't have that luxury. It was me versus them. Whatever and whoever the opponent was, it was me versus them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't see a lot of people built like that. Because I feel like if you're built like that, there are certain things that you're going to say, certain things that you're going to do, and it's going to come off different. You know, it's going to come off with a different energy, a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's going to come off different. And it's like, it's just so many people, man. It's just like, this is what my thing is. It's so many people who look for your failure. They hope and pray and wish that, oh, is this it? Is this where we call them out? Is this where we embarrass them? Is this where we talk about them and we derail them and we... Damn, it'd be more energy going at somebody who say they positive than the people that's negative. Nobody's going after them. It's like, if you say you positive, we automatically need to put a bullseye on your forehead. I do videos sometimes and I read the comments, and depending on what the actual topic is or whatever case may be. And some people, you know, I think that they honestly get it. They honestly understand, because they say, you know, it's amazing that we want the same stuff that you're talking about. We want that in real life. We want someone to tell us the God honest truth. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be comfortable. You see what I'm saying? But it's going to be real. But see, I think some people feel like in order for it to be real, it has to be tailored with a bunch of curse words. It has to be tailored with this and tailored with that and tailored, you know, it has to be a gimmick with it. It can't just be raw, right? It has to be some type of gimmick or some type of, you know, feeling or motivation behind it. And I just feel like, you know, can you take your message into the school system? Can you take your message into the church? Can you take your message into the jail? Well, the type of motivation and the type of leadership that you're promoting, you can't take your message into those places. You can't. You can't take it. So the message ain't really universal. So how many universal leaders do we have out there, ladies and gentlemen? How many universal leaders that you can say, I can put you in the hot seat and I know you're not going to falter? I know you're not going to curse your way out. You're not going to disrespect your way out. You're not going to ignore. You're not going to tag other people in. How many universal leaders do you have right now? Because we talk about the black community needs leaders. You need leaders to destroy, leaders to disrespect, leaders to condemn, leaders to mock, leaders to hate, leaders to misuse, leaders to question. Let's stay on that one. Let's stay on that one. We used to have this saying in the military that you can always tell a leader when he walks in the room, or her, or a female when she walks, a leader, male or female. You can tell when they walk in the room, it's something about their presence. It's something different about how they maneuver. When they talk, they make sure that what they're saying, they say with authority and they say with conviction. For some reason, I can understand a lot of people ain't never really been, they don't care about the military. They ain't been to the military. They don't care nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? But we can relate that same thing to the streets. And to gangs. We can relate that across the board in the jails. We can relate that, you know what I'm saying, hell, in the courtroom. Are you speaking with conviction? Are you speaking with authority? Are you speaking with facts? Or is everything all over the place? It's overly emotional. It's overly aggressive. Or can you speak with someone to make them say, I'm speaking with you, not at you, not down on you, not around you, not under you. I ain't hiding over here and talking. I'm speaking with you. because I value myself enough to have the tough conversation. How many universal leaders do we have? That's the question. That's what this is about. How many universal leaders do we have? It's amazing when we want leadership. It's amazing how we want leadership. That's like you getting into a relationship and they said, oh, no. I just want you to give me money and have sex with me. You don't got to talk to me. You ain't got to talk to me. You don't have to support me any other type of way. You know what I'm saying? I just want that little portion from you. No, I ain't asked you to hold me accountable. No. I ain't asked you to have expectations. Okay. This is why I do what it is that I do. I ask content creators, what's your story? Like what is your end state? What is it that you're trying to get done? And if you tell me, man, I'm just here kicking it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no purpose. I'm just here kicking it. I'll get around to whatever it is I get around to. If I get around to it, it is what it is. Okay, cool. Got it. So my expectations for you won't be high. It won't be high. Right? I'll wish you the best. I'll hope, you know, and pray that you stay awesome. You stay healthy. You stay built up and great, you know, with a whole lot of phenomenal things happening for you and your family. Like, cool. But if you tell me I want greatness for our people, I want our people to understand love languages and traveling and ownership and family and just having a sense of understanding of self. If you tell me those things, right? And you start to falter, you start to slip, you start to derail yourself, you start to sideline. Is it my responsibility as a fellow man? Is it my responsibility as a fellow citizen? Is it my responsibility as a fellow human being to say, hey, yo, we got to get back on our grind, bro. We got to get back to our bag. And it's amazing to me how many people would rather see somebody sideline themselves and falter than to say, bro, we got to get back to our bag. Who are you? I'm you. I'm the caring you. I'm the supportive you. I'm the protective you. I'm the role model you. I'm the person that says, hey man, listen, you damn right we can build. But see, I think sometimes when you think positive, like people say, you know, they take your kindness for weakness, right? But I think when you talk about being positive, people don't believe that you could be a savage as well. I think that's the problem. You don't believe that a person could be a savage as well. And I think that's a mistake. I think we all find ourselves in life dealing with certain issues, things arriving, and we have to respond to it in the way that we know best. Some people, they never reach another level of consciousness. They never reach another level of understanding and maturity, and they stay in that rut. That's why you see a lot of things happening in the projects, because it's that same generational cycle. It's that same generational curse and mindset. And the thought process is, when you have someone that's escaped that, is it my responsibility to go back and say, hey, listen, there's a better way to do things? And this is what kills me, because people would say, man, listen, you know, you need to give back to your community. You need to go back and teach those brothers and sisters what you know. But why is it different on YouTube? Why you tell me ignore shit on YouTube, but you want me to go to Chicago and New York and California and Louisiana and South Carolina? You want me to go to these hoods, but you don't want me to go to the hood of YouTube, the slums of YouTube, the pits and depths of YouTube. Who you think you are? Spraying a motherfucker like he a roach. Like he a roach. Get away! I would rather listen to somebody tell me on occasion some positive shit than somebody hold me to a standard all the time. I don't think I ever asked somebody, who do you think you are, trying to give me tough love. Like, you know, I mean, we using the word tough love, but whatever it is you want to say, right? But I like, who you think you are trying to check, like, I don't know, man. You know, maybe when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, more of a hothead or whatever case to be. Of course, nobody wants that authoritative figure. Nobody wants somebody to feel like, hey, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gonna be talking to me like that. Blah, blah, blah. But then when you sit down, and it's almost like you got that hothead dude that's a superstar, you know what I'm saying, on the basketball court or on the football court. Just a hothead, right? And even though the coach is telling them, you know what I'm saying, hey, this is what you need to be greater. This is what you need to arrive at your best potential. Now, F that. I know how to shoot a jumper. I know how to run a football. Yeah, you do, and you're pretty good at it. But you're missing some details. You're missing the bigger picture. I want to ask you something. Were the players great or were the coaches greater? Let me say it again. Were the players great or were the coaches greater? Every successful sports player, right, that you know, probably had a phenomenal coach to help groom them, help put their talent at the next level. But see, this is what somebody would say. Oh, you think you somebody coach? Nah. No. Maybe it's just somebody that, you know what I mean, understands that, you know, how real shit can get and how fast it can get there. I don't know. You know what's crazy? It's crazy that, like, if I got let's say I got a bunch of friends around me, right? And I go to the club every night or every weekend or whatever case may be, and you know, I'm always getting into something where I'm pulling out my gun, like, yeah, I'll shoot this whole thing up, right? And it would be, my friends should say, yo, bro, you wildin', you chillin', yo, you need to chill. Wouldn't that be my closest friends' responsibility, the people that I rock with? It would be their responsibility. Yo, bro, chill, man. Let's get back to, you know what I'm saying, getting these drinks and talking to these girls. Let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead. But if they never do that, matter of fact, they say, if he shoot, we shoot. Look at our guns. Everybody pulling out guns. The whole. So why would it take a stranger to say, hey, listen, young blood, don't throw your life away? And it's cool that's coming from a stranger, but shouldn't that come from your friends? Shouldn't that come from your people that you rock with? Shouldn't that come from your people that want to see you grow and be prosperous? Maybe I'm fucked. Maybe I'm messed up. Maybe my logic is off. Maybe how I see things is off. That stranger would not have to come across the street to tell you shit if the people on your block was really holding you down. Shit, I thought this was Cardi B, right? I thought this was Cardi B in a Prius. But yeah, why would somebody have to come from across the street, you know what I'm saying, down the block and tell you, hey, bro, don't throw your life away. Hey, get back to your bag. Get back to your focus. Isn't that the responsibility of the people that say they love you and they support you and they want to see you win and you build? I don't know, man. Like, YouTube is weird because all the things that I would think would be an asset in real life, helping people and talking to people and building people, that's not an asset on social media. It's not. I help people, and nobody ever says, who are you? Nobody else. Who are you? I don't want this goddamn jacket. Get the soup out my face. Like, I get it, man. A lot of conversations make people feel uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, when you don't know how to have the conversation, you normally are very combative. You know, you try to joke your way out, disrespect your way out. Like, it's anything to get out the conversation. You know, anything to get out the comment. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if I'm having a conversation with you, bro, you know, you, ma'am, sir, whatever. I'm not focusing on your background. I'm not focusing on what you're wearing. I ain't focusing on your haircut. I ain't focusing on your comments. Like, I'm focusing on you. This conversation is between you and I, and I'm hoping at the end of this conversation, we can agree to maybe possibly disagree. But you know what's so funny, man? I'm gonna be honest with you guys. If you ever listen to me talk, you really just take some time to listen to me talk, bro. It's all common sense, easy, level thinking. You know, it's all simple, simplistic, but it's with a great meaning. It's with a great meaning. That's why I'm proud of it. That's why I'm saying that I'm proud of what it is that I'm doing, because the fact of the matter is, everybody's not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not doing that. But I do tend to agree. It is all about who we like. I doubt I doubt that I ever get to a situation where, you know, I'm known as some big YouTuber or celebrity or whatever the case may be. But I think the issue is that when you disregard the man standing next to you, because you feel like they're not a celebrity, so they can't possibly be telling you anything that's worthwhile. I think you tend to miss out on a phenomenal conversation, on a phenomenal situation that could help benefit your life, benefit you. So when I hear people say stuff like, well, who are you to tell this person this, or to hold this person responsible over here, and it's like, I think people add to the narrative because they don't want to see the person that they like falter. They don't want to see them falter. You ever see somebody get into a situation, and this person and this person should be in a situation, but then you got, oh hell no, back up, I got you, bruh, I got you, sis. You weren't even a part of the goddamn situation. The fuck? But they know. A lot of people is like, okay, I'm just trying to prove myself to you. Let me prove myself to you. Let me be your ace boon coon. Let me be your homeboy. Let me be your ride or die. Move, I got you. But then some people, whereas they're not trying to prove anything, you know what I'm saying? They just know better. They know that you can't handle the situation. So then they chime in, then they say something. And I think that what's happening right now, whether it's social media or whether in real life, that's what's going on with our children today, ladies and gentlemen. They can't have real conversations. Everything's through text message. Everything is so microwave and fast. Like, when you sit down someone to have a conversation, they sporadic and shit. Like, oh hell, no, what? Start grabbing for people, calling for help. Like, you know how many soldiers I sat down from all walks of life, colors, creeds, and genders. It's interesting when you sit somebody down one-on-one and have the conversation. Like, some people were comfortable They were comfortable in their own skin. They were comfortable with the things that they were saying, and they could have the conversation. But for those people that they were not comfortable with the conversation, they put on a show. And it made you look around like, is there somebody else in here? Like, I mean, they stand up and they start walking, they start cursing, they start throwing stuff, they start pointing out things. Oh, look at your shoes. Look, your earrings. What my earrings got to do with what my earrings? Who do you think you are? Is being a human enough? Is saying that you care enough? If we had 50 Cent come online and say, you know, I think that every black man should be go join the local Big Brothers and Big Sisters Foundation. People would think that's amazing, right? But if you or I say every black man should go join the Big Brothers and Sisters Foundation, who do you think you are? Stay in your lane. How dare you try to promote something positive? See, that's your problem. You think you run something. You think you above somebody. Damn. What? When people scared of change, man, they do anything they can to keep whatever's going on happening. And when you enlighten people, you wake them up. You wake them up and you force them to look in the mirror and you say, bro, this is the real reality of what's happening right now. You'll have people throwing hammers, throwing darts, slingshots, pots and pans. Don't look in that mirror. Don't you look in that goddamn mirror. Anything to distract you from looking in that goddamn mirror and seeing the reality of what's going on. And they call themselves friends. They call themselves supporters. They call themselves family members. They call themselves lovers. They call themselves allies. I think when you reach a certain level of maturity, you do change your outlook and your perspective on things, you know, and you can place a level of forgiveness. Now, here's a thought process on forgiveness. Forgiveness don't mean I'm a sucker. Forgiveness don't mean I'm a punk. Forgiveness, you know, don't mean that I'm about to play games with you. You know what I'm saying? Forgiveness means just that. I'm about to go grab my daughter from daycare. Universal leaders. Should we practice what we preach? Should we expect people to be who they are off social media, on social media, and vice versa? We have an opportunity to do a lot of phenomenal and great things. But we got to care to do it. We got to care to do it. You know, we can't keep on ignoring any message that makes us feel uncomfortable and say you need to sit up in that seat and straighten out your tie. You need to have the conversation. Don't run from it. Don't curse it away, disrespect it. We need to have the conversation. And the thought process is we should be able to have this conversation anywhere. Anywhere. Anytime. That's what I believe we could do as a people. Have the conversation. Me, Mario J. This Tough Love. Until next time, y'all are dot up. Peace.